My name is Joseph Lunani, and I'm a system consultant. Here at InSync, what we do, we provide IT products and services. My coming into business was almost actually accidental. I thought I would work a little bit more before I ventured into business. I was an IT administrator for Vector International and Legend Power Systems. A friend of mine called me one day and told me to have tea. When we had tea, he told me he had this idea of starting a business and he thought we could partner. So we went to the rigors of finding a lawyer to register that business, because at that time we were all busy. We couldn't follow it ourselves. And we registered Maskill Company Limited. So at that time, what we were looking at was just a distribution of GSM lines. Safaricom, at that time it was Zain, not Airtel, and U. And photocopy services, just the small IT accessories, flash disks, computers, just a few things. So when we registered, we didn't even know where we'll put it as a start. So we started looking for a place. Luckily, there was some stalls which were being constructed along Tomboya, and we got some space, but the space required goodwill and many other things. So me and John prayed about it, and we approached this landlady with a lot of confidence and told her, "Madam, we like your stall. We don't have the goodwill, but all we have is this." We gave her 35,000, and she accepted, and she gave us a store. And we bought a small padlock and put it on it there. So we can't say that we started with a lot of capital. There was nothing at all. Then came 2009 December, when the lease of the property where we had a stall was changing hands to a new person. And the person coming in wanted to not only increase the rent, but also another share of goodwill. So that prompted us to think, what else can we do? So the first impression, of course, because the rent was high in many spaces in town, was expensive, we thought probably we can close down and operate as a shelf company. But a good friend of ours came to our aid. I talked to him, I told him the challenge that we were facing, and he said he has an office space on State House Road, and he was rarely in the country. And he said if we can partner with him, we be his tenants, and then we see how we can benefit. So at that time, he didn't even want rent. All he wanted is someone who can oversee his operations and some of the things he was doing, but he gave us space where we could sit a workstation for 4 people. So over the years, things have changed. Like right now, we have a structure. We have at least 5 employees, and we have 2 directors. One is the realization that sometimes you don't need money. You actually need to be consistent. When we started, there's one corporation who apparently is our client for the last 3 years, told us, when you're 3 years old, come to me, I will give you some work. So, and at that time we thought we actually needed the portfolio then. But most people want you to be consistent first. And then when you're consistent, they can try you out. And when you're good, then they give you more work. Number 2 was, I thought there was a lot of goodwill for people who are organized. When you have a business plan, or when you have a sketch of a plan with lots of, if not a lot, but at least a list of clients and some good banking. Shock on me. The first bankers we went with, we grew our account from a normal account to a business account to a prestige account, but they never gave us a loan. They were always giving us a carrot to chase, but we never qualified. And at that time, looking back, what we wanted was quite small, but to them it was colossal, and we were a high risk. One person actually told us that because we were too organized, they thought we were a con job. Because all our paperwork was okay, everything they wanted we had, and they couldn't just trust young men could be that organized. So they actually turned down our proposal because they thought we were too organized. When you have a nice proposal, well edited, no grammar mistakes, It has been well packaged. And even we went and did vellum binding and not the normal binding, you know. There's even one proposal I remember. We went and paid over 38,000 for just 4 copies for a tender. We won it, but we did it such that those guys thought they were getting a foreign company in doing it. I got to hear about YouWin Awards online, of course. I was making an application to the Youth Enterprise Development Fund, and the person we were dealing with asked me, have you heard of YouWin Awards? Even as you apply for this proposal, for this fund, could you try? So I also had seen it online, but had not taken keen interest. So I took my time. I looked at it. I shared with the other director as well as some of our staff to look at it and look at the proposal. Can we feel it? Do we make the cut? Because sometimes you don't want to try a race you won't finish. So they told me, yeah, they looked at the requirements. They say we can meet most of them, and said we can submit an application. So we quickly filled an application form, proof-checked it, and then sent it on email as they had requested. And after we had made, of course, the requisite application fee payment. Awards like this, one, you'll get not only, you might not win, but you get the recognition, you get the training, and you get the exposure. That's a big win in itself. Any award, the standards in themselves benchmark you, yeah, because you have to put your house in order, you have to gain not only capacity build, but also refine your processes. And we always know if your processes are okay, then you'll work efficiently, you'll deliver effectively, and you'll reach out for more. So here we're not only looking at the benchmarking, but credibility. I think it's a great initiative the way it has been segmented, and it's an award that will resonate well not only for the Kenyan youth but East Africa as a region. The partnerships are also very key, because you see there is the government side, which there is a Youth Enterprise Fund, there is the Women's, as well as many other government agencies there. Then there is the McKinney Training, and all the others that are partners, which bring in a blend that we don't see in many competitions. So for me, it looks well balanced from the onset, and we hope that many people will be attracted not only to participate, but also to partner. What would be my advice to the youth in terms of entrepreneurship? I would tell them it's a good thing. Take a leap of faith. Go and start your thing. But there's the difference of starting and finishing well. Many people start. A lot of businesses get registered every year, but many don't make the 5-year, 10-year mark because they fizzle out of the way. And that even ourselves we felt. When we started, you have that self-doubt. Sometimes you doubt yourself. Are you in the right place? Are you doing the right things? And you want to shift and move on. There are even times I got job offers, very lucrative, where I would want to move and go in. But when you dig your heels in, when you're consistent and you talk to people, any youth out there, take the faith of a leap of faith. But even after you've done that, then start talking to people. What does it take? How can I do this? What is the best bank to start with? What are the turnovers I need to look out for? How do I set targets? How did you do your market research? How do you get out to clients? Because we want to beat ourselves and be the best organization ever. But remember, it takes a while. Yeah, for you to be a brand that is recognized, people need to know who you are, what you do, and you're consistent. And then also suppliers, before they start giving you credit, they would want to see how reliable you are. Do you keep your word? And do you go out of your way even when people let you down? Anyone who is out there and has an idea, start it. It might not be unique, but once you're in it and you talk to people, you refine it, then the sky is all the limit.